Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 1 replay. So on the south side as the Panzer lead player, we have NOOB play. Going for a second category to Panzer Grenadier. So on the north side as the Brits, we have Commandokai. Will we go for Commandos? That is to be expected. Going for munitions point here. This is not going immediately for a point to pack up his HQ and redeploy. Probably a good spot would be right here to capture this munitions point. Get some extra munitions here, though he could go over here to get some fuel. Both are a good possibility. He can put it actually right here. If you run into a fuel point, there's a good line of sight blocker here as well, so good coverage and good income right here. Or you can go to the edge right here to get some good munitions income and good territory securing, because the more larger territories you secure, the better movement you have for your infantry section.
Awaiting instructions.
Looks like he's going for his lieutenant. Let's switch over to the Brits. Oh, going for universal Brendan Carrier first. Kenegrad's going around catching up points. Kenegrad's can get a lot of points captured before the Brits can mount a really good assault. We also got an early comp group for Company A. We may see infantry half-track.
Let's get on with it, lads.
Munition points being captured on up. We do have this Brendan Carrier pushing his way forward, and the HQ now being redeployed. Let's see where he's going to go with this HQ. Kennegrad roaming around.
Never been in a left-hand drive.
That's not a left-hand drive. There's no left or right-hand drive. It's literally center-hand drive. Center-hand? I'm keeping it.
Go ahead, sir.
And
Secured the munitions.
there we go. He's destroying some of those fences. And he's deploying out the HQ on this munitions sector
Commander's unpacking.
now. So he does have the extra munitions income. Very, very nice. And probably the next HQ is probably going to be deployed over here, I'm assuming.
We're ready to roll out.
Area secure. No contact.
Another infantry section being deployed on out. Let's see what the Panzer lead player is going for. We do see an infantry half-track and loaded up with a G43, so he's going to go hunting around for and bullying these infantry sections while the Kenegrad's capturing up some points. We may, let's see how many, only with the one Panzer Grenadier. So really, this does get a second Panzer Grenadier now, but he may get out another half-track for him. He may just go around and be aggressive. This one, on the Kenegrad's be very passive and capture points. He's going for another half-track there, so it looks like he's going for mounted playstyle versus his opponent's, well, unmounted playstyle. He will need to get out some Piats or Stuarts relatively soon. That's going to be a bit problematic. He's going to get some great damage there. It does retreat there to cover from suppression. The half-tracks are not invulnerable, though, and does receive some good hits there, but the Panzer Grenadiers can always pop out and repair it. Looks like he's making a withdrawal for repairs. Brendan Carrier is, I suppose he is going for mounted playstyle as well. I'm an idiot. So mounted versus mounted, but I think they've just, it feels like, there's pros and cons to each other's mounted profile play styles. The infantry half-track with Panzer Grenadiers definitely cheaper than infantry section and Brendan Carrier. The Brendan Carrier, however, can bring in a button without needed. And if it's loaded with Brens, he can get a double button, or chain buttons, I should say. Ooh, engine damage there. It does use the suppressive fire there. It does force him back there. He needs to start immediately repairing up that half-track. Get it up and repaired as soon as possible. This infantry half-track going for that suppressive, not being upgraded with actually G43s just yet. Ooh, great damage there. This Brit is getting bullied around a bit because since his HQ is pushed forward, it actually leaves him vulnerable. Not any good safe retreat point. He needs to get out some sappers and perhaps put a bow force in place just to deal with these infantry half-tracks. Or Piets. The MMG carrier wouldn't be half bad either. Combined with Brand upgraded infantry section. Let's switch over the Brits for the time being. See if we see any Brens for buttons. We do not. And there is an MMG upgrade there on the Bren carrier. Infantry half-track is receiving quite a bit of fire there. And now we're receiving much more fire there. The MMG carrier getting damage into there, has a much higher arm penetration there, thanks to that MMG, allowing him to hunt down these light vehicles. Fully out of control. Will we lose any additional models? He does lose a model there.
German target.
And we got some Luftwaffe ground forces being deployed on out. Very nice. So we'll go back to the Panzer League player because I'm curious what else he's going for.
Steady up, squad.
He does have 3 Panzer Grenadiers. Point out some trenches there. Very nice. Do we see? He has gone for Panzer Support Command instead of Panzer Jaeger Command. That may indicate he's going for a Panzer IV-C or Hotchkiss. That's interesting. Let's just keep it selected there in case we see something unique being deployed and out. We're gonna try to switch when we see, try to see spot doctrines. But in this case, I want to see if he's going for any heavier assets. Commandokai, or the intersection here are still being suppressed. I cannot speak right now. And we got the infantry half-track being repaired on up. He's down just this one. Best not to deploy any more. MMG carrier still has plenty of health. A little bit wounded. No. There is a fuel support command truck being deployed. Likely going to be sitting on up on this fuel point. Or he may be eyeing for this munitions point here. Or maybe he's getting nice, tight and close. Easy for something to be bombarding them. Bren carrier has received quite a bit of fire right there. And he does deploy the command truck there, which does secure the fuel point. And we got the repair ability being utilized on the Bren carrier. We may see incendiary grenades. Yep.
We now have incendiary grenades at our disposal.
I was thinking that he already had it researched, but he does get incendiary grenades researched just in time for the slit trench. 2 incendiary grenades have been thrown. He's a bit of a late response. He needs to scuttle the trench and get out there. He may actually fully wipe. I'm not sure if he's paying attention. Okay, he is falling back now. Kenigrad does say hi. And nothing deployed out the Panzer support command just yet. Let's switch over to the Brit again. It does get a good hit there. We got a light ATF track. Maybe designing that to engage the Bren carrier. No, it's not your grave. It's just you and all your buddies' grave. Come on now, it's a trench meant for. It's a grave meant for everybody.
On one of our strategic locations.
A communal grave. One of these Panzer Grenadiers is civilian. He hasn't actually got for the base healing yet. Don't remember him getting that just yet. Does clean up that trench, very nice. Intersections here, getting some good damage on these Panzer Grenadiers. While these intersections, however, we've seen quite a bit of fire as well. Light TF tracks trying to eye for some of these structures. Maybe try to hit that triage center. No, but he is actually hitting the Bren carrier significantly. Bren carrier will likely go down. Does have to support the lieutenant in the region now. Bren carrier does go down. These forces are a bit suppressed by their Bren carrier. Ooh, Piets do get some good hits there, but they do split their fire. So May get some PX hit there on these guys now. Damage engine there on the infantry half track. Both on them, so getting damage to both of them is actually very, very bad. Getting some good damage there. May take out the infantry half track, though it does have a little bit of health left, but it's being put away. A couple more bullets. Oh, yep, bullets do take it out. And how many models go down? No models go down. Light ATF track does manage to stay alive. That's actually a little bit important in order to keep alive, because he's probably going to need that later on. Much more, he will likely need that fire support later on, more likely than the infantry half track. And I cannot speak today. When can I ever speak? Kaliningrad, maybe I'm trying to recapture this point. The Kaliningrad, he has gone for Luftwaffe ground forces. He has revealed the Luftwaffe ground forces, so these Kaliningrads could be stealthing around.
Trying to overrun one of our strategic locations.
But the lieutenant is capturing those cutoff points, and the Kaliningrads are just trying to recapture them immediately.
Captain, ready for action.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Bofors being deployed on out, which are pretty effective versus these light vehicles. And that's really about it. Not really even effective versus infantry. Though it looks like he will be firing down the hill, so it would actually be... no. He'll be able to fire down that little angle there good, but with that hill right there, it's going to be hitting ground quite a bit, so it won't be hitting infantry all too well. What a pretty landscape. Sorry. You never... The people who put a lot of effort in the landscapes, their credit is... People don't give enough credit for the background landscapes, because you don't really use alt and look around a bit, but it is a pretty landscape. I do love forest landscapes. Lots of Panzer here, and the infantry, the Luftwaffe squad is here to support as well. Bofors has been deployed. Kaliningrad will likely find the Bofors.
Piet squad awaiting orders. Gunners on the fire!
Capture complete.
Infantry, Panzer Grenadiers can receive quite a bit of hit. And these forces do fall back.
Yes, sir. Piet team ready.
Sappers upgrade with Piets. Still be used as a light ATF track, but has lost a lot of targets, that's for sure. Captain... Oh, Captain actually captured points. That's why the base sector was green. I was thinking, like, why is he back there? Oh, he's force firing the hay bales. That's what I'm hearing. I do know that those hay bales have absurdly high armor if the bounce shots. That's something I found out in one of these games recently. That they can bounce... What was it? It was like... What shots did it bounce? It may have bounced like Greyhound shots. I honestly can't remember. Panzer Force C has been deployed. Very nice. Though looks like it completes the flanks, maybe?
After one of our munitions depots.
We do got the captain getting some good hits there onto the Kaliningrad. I thought like the... Wasn't like the 3 diamonds not necessarily captain, but I thought the rank was like squad leader. I need to look that up. I thought maybe that was just... I thought the 3 diamonds... Yeah, I thought 3 diamonds was squad leader. It was the rank for the Brits. Long story short, the Brits don't have the same ranking structure as the United States in real life. Though I may be mistaken. I generally am mistaken.
80 gun here.
17-pounder deployed. Kaliningrad does spot it. Very nice. This is what was really good about Luftwaffe ground forces. Probably the most powerful ability, I would say, is not any of the command abilities, but actually stealth Kaliningrads. I do probably overvalue stealth scouts a bit too much. But Stealth Kettengrads, I believe, is one of the most powerful abilities that Luftwaffe ground forces can deploy. And we don't know what direction the Brit has gone for just yet.
German vehicle was knocked out in that
And
last
looks like
skirmish.
these infantry sections falling him back does spot the Kettengrad. And I just said that one of the best abilities you can deploy is that, and it just was completely instantly killed. Great demonstration.
Munitions point is ours.
Yeah, I do value stealth scouts quite a bit. I have done in Company Heroes 2. I played like US get recon support, get those weaker pathfinders. I deployed one out along with US mortar, just start, and my opponent was just spamming out MGs. So I'd literally just creep that pathfinder forward, camouflaged, and just spotted for the mortar. And nice thing about when you get spotting for the mortars in any artillery piece, tighter scatter and know where to shoot, where to lay down your rounds. So I was able to force them back quite easily. That may be one reason why I value stealth scouts quite a bit more than I should. I value stealth combat units less important than stealth scouts. We could see a hull down Panzer IV-C, but its health is way too low. He will need to retarget towards that Piat squad first. Gets a direct hit there on the Piat squad, getting one of the models, as well as some collateral. Another good hit there, but not on the stealth Piats. Does get a button there, and will escape out of the button. Light TF track is body blocking his own Panzer IV-C, which is not good.
Area is secured.
And there's two Piats now here. Looks like the light TF track will likely go down. Yep, it will go down.
Contact reports show the German vehicle was knocked out in that last skirmish. The initiative is ours. Victory countdown started.
Great hits there by the Panzer IV-C.
Good old Winston should be happy with that one. Area secure. No contact.
Does drop a Bren there, which could be useful for the Panzer Grenadiers or the Luftwaffe ground forces. The Luftwaffe ground forces don't have the upgrades just yet, while it looks like all the Panzer Grenadiers do. Panzer IV-C has a bit of health to gamble against the Sapper. And he's trying to destroy the carcass, which is not really needed at this point. Sure, I joke about Bergantigas all the time, but that's don't really need to focus on light half track for Bergantiga. Ooh, Bofor replacement does go down to the Panzer Shreks. A lot of Panzer Shreks being deployed on now, which will be very effective versus these emplacements. Multiple good hits there. And that 70-pounder will go down. This 70-pounder will stay alive. Could go for Royal Engineers if he wants to get a lot of emplacements, if he wants more durable emplacements. Looks like the Bren gun has picked on up. I believe it was by one of the infantry sections. This 70-pounder is receiving quite a bit of fire there. This slit trench is not fully built, so he can't hop in the G43 squad. Lieutenant is exhausted right now by the captain's heroic charge. And there goes that 70-pounder.
We've taken the fuel depot. Tank fuel and fitted.
An ammo storage facility is being
Stuart
overrun.
has been deployed. Very nice. He will find the Kettengrad selfs away. He is hunting him down, but does not find him. Deploying out a landmine there by the Brits. 2 landmines there. He does have a lot of Panzerschrecks, but Panzerschrecks are very vulnerable to canister rounds. I think he's pushing forward for a canister round because he's not running away from Panzerschrecks. Canister round was utilized, but poorly, since he was behind heavy cover. Panzer IV-C trying to push his way forward. Does get a bounce there while the Panzerschreck does roll a hit.
Keep your head on, lads. Just follow me and you'll be okay.
They're going after one of our
Ooh, a lot of
munitions.
landmines there. Finds two landmines. Damage engine. It's really you only need to want to get deploy out one landmine. 3 in a row, even 2 in a row, just not that effective. Can grab capture this munitions point. Overall, great field control by the Brits. Quite a bit of VP advantage as well.
17 pounder ready.
70 pounder will be quite useful against the Panzer IV-C.
Under fire!
17 pounder ready.
German target has been knocked out.
Ooh. Was that a landmine detonation killing a Panzer Grenadier squad? Looks like it.
Let's see how they Huns like 17 pounds of metal up their ass. 17 pounder ready.
Why is it called 70 pounder? Is the shells actually 70 pounds or the actual round is 17 pounds?
Listen up,
Upgraded our kit.
Sergeant orders.
Ready for action, sir.
Shut your gun.
Rifle grenades have been deployed now.
Fortified
2
defensive
lieutenants
positions.
supporting these groups as well.
Taking fire!
Light half track does find these forces. Rifle grenades do get some decent hits there.
Supply lines threatened. Jerry's attempting to secure one of our sectors.
Light half track may receive a button there. Heroic charge charging forward. Panzer IV-C is coming to respond, and there's no Pete's in the region, so a quick hauling down would be quite useful, but the 70 pounder is actually in range.
Contact report. German half-track has been destroyed.
Takes out another half track. A Bergantiga could recover some of these casualties. We do got a Whirlwind deployed on out as well. And we got hauled down Stewart. He has gone for Royal Engineers. I do like seeing the lesser used doctrines. That's basically one reason why I want to see Royal Engineers, because it's about the least used of all the doctrines. But you got Flak 88. When you see that Flak 88, he will need to deploy out a 25 pounder. You don't have to be Royal Artillery to deploy out a 25 pounder.
Coming in.
Whirlwind has been spotted. Flak 88 has been spotted as well. He needs to haul down this. He does haul down the Panzer IV. Another good hit there. Very nice.
Those upgrades are done. Where to?
Does get hit there on the Whirlwind with this Pietz. Another good hit there as well.
Ready for your orders.
Stewart here could perhaps haul down along this hedge
All
line
OPs
to prevent
reporting a sector is under attack.
the Flak 88 from engaging it directly. Though you can always force fire the ground. Yes, he is going to haul down right there. So that is a good spot there. And you got some butterfly bombs deployed on out as well, which will help him. Will help this Panzer IV-C from being overran. He may just keep this Panzer IV-C next to the Flak 88 just to prevent to hit infantry advancing to complement each other. Once the 17 pounder goes down, he can push forward the Panzer IV-C. Plus, the Flak 88 should be in range a bit, right? Yep. Though I think the Flak 88 actually got hit there on the slit trench.
We're hit! We're hit!
It does roll a miss there on the Stuart. It does get the gunner back up on going for the Panzer IV-C. Interest making a big advance there. It does have support of a captain as well. Whirlwind is still in the region.
CP lorry ready to deploy. We're ready to run out.
Armored command truck. I'm not sure what's
The Germans are after one
firing.
of our munitions
Oh, it
depots.
looks like he's trying to break down some of these hedges to hit that Stuart.
Ready to receive.
Will he be trying to go for a Firefly since he sees that Panzer IV-C, or we go for Cromwell? Either will be useful against the Panzer IV-C. Cromwell may be mobile enough to engage that Flak 88, can circle or run around in circles. But you still have to be worried about all the Panzertreks, because his opponent has deployed out a good number of Panzertreks. We have a Panzer command. Let's switch over to the Panzer lead player for the time being, see what assets he's trying to deploy. He does have Panther research, so he can deploy out Panthers. So most fighting against infantry, I sort of disagree when fighting against infantry, because I'd rather have high lethality versus infantry, bleed his opponent's manpower, rather than go for something durable like Panthers. But that's just sort of my play style for a lot of these games. Panzer does roll some miss there. He does have a Vickers in placement here, and Stuart's pushing his way forward. Flag 88 is responding to the Stuart now. Does roll a miss there, didn't actually fire.
Go ahead, Commander.
Nope. Trying to hit that lieutenant. A stealth Kettengrad would be quite good.
Ready to roll out.
Kettengrad here, unstealth, capturing up some points. Also quite good. And Stuart's going behind, past the hull down this region once again. He is going to push a bit farther back. Very nice.
The pond has been secured.
Let's see. Some people are being deployed over there. There's another sapper. He may have lost his repair sapper. No, he still has his repair sapper. Maybe he has lost one Piet sapper. Tank Buster is pushing way forward. Does take out the overheal there of the 17-pounder. While the Stuart does receive some hits there by the Panzer.
Jawohl, Herr Kommandant!
Ooh, canister round was utilized right there. Trying to get some good hits there onto the Flak 88.
Ready. Send your mission orders.
Getting some good hits there. Stealth Kettengrad, perfect. I just realized also, I mentioned Stealth Kettengrads are great for spotting, but I forgot about Flak 88 spotting as well. Very nice. It's actually a really good combo there. He will spot the Stealth Kettengrad right now, and likely goes down to 17-pounder instantly. He does have some butterfly bombs, but he does have the scope rifles here for spotting those butterfly bombs. These are hitting that Piet squad or the scope rifle squad. Misses the lieutenant. We may see Incinerator on these groups. PS do get a direct hit there on the Flak 88. Does get it decrewed. Recruise it. Panthers have been deployed, and Panzer does take out the Flak 88. Lieutenant's almost down. Both the lieutenants are severely wounded. Panzer IV C does roll some misses there. Those both his officers do manage to escape on out of there. Definitely need some healing, that's for sure.
Panzer on the line.
Panthers are still fully healed. Does throw a couple Panzers there. It is overhealed thanks to those repair sappers. Bit of standoff here. He can't deploy out Hotchkisses because he has gotten 4 Panzer IV Cs.
You men are barely needed. Don't fuck up.
Squad is ready for orders.
It does have 3 squad Panzers. No really heavy infantry squad. Maybe some Fallschirmjägers with FG-42s could be useful, since he has been spawning those butterfly bombs with scoped rifles. Though none in the region actually stops him from capturing the VP itself. Though we likely will see a canister round right about now. Yep. And almost does get the decapture there. Almost gets fully wiped. Panzer IV C could push a little bit farther forward to help cover that central VP. And I actually selected the 70-pounder before switching players, so that's going to be a permanent reticle there. But that actually is going to come in handy, because that's how far forward these units can push forward without getting hit. A lot of Panzer here trying to hunt down probably first the Vigor's emplacement before the 17-pounder. Or that's the trench. One Cinder Grenade was thrown on top of the rifle grenades. And does fully fall back there.
Kill these fucking remaining men!
Awaiting orders.
World War One soldiers on the flanks. The Brits still in a good position. The VP is not captured by either player, so this game's just stalled out for the time being. Most of this infrastructure is trying to capture it. Scoped rifle squad.
Under heavy fire! Panzer hit!
It does get a good hit there. 2 good hits there. As some wood flies around from fencing. He's starting to repair up the overheal the 17-pounder, so that's going to be overhealed. Direct hit there on the Luftwaffe ground forces.
Available for assignment.
Veteran sergeant has been deployed.
Did we just say we went there, or do we actually have to go? Extended line!
Does try to charge on forward. Does get 1 hit there onto the Panzer on the 17-pounder. The tank buster squad does go down entirely. Double, triple defense infantry support tank, so it is very resilient now. Armor command trucks deploying out something. Let's take a quick look and see what that is.
Orders coming ready when you are.
Or that's just the HQ command truck getting out another lieutenant, his 3rd lieutenant, so he's deploying out all 3 lieutenants. We could potentially see a Churchill, but I would like to see a Churchill AVRE. I believe that's... He does have a lot of munitions that come, so he's spending all of his munitions, that's for sure. But I believe the AVRE is one of the better assets of that doctrine. And it seems like people don't really go for it. Good hits there. Multiple good hits there by the infantry Panzers forward. Master tree onto the
Support CP ready.
casualty clearing station. Looks like he may get some big value healing, though he's not really that damaged. 74 munitions income. Holy crap, that's a lot. Because Royal Engineers do, of course, get increased resource income on their final left here. Does spot some of these butterfly bombs. Does detonate one of them there. He has a good number of butterfly bombs there. I think there's 2 groups of them right there. Or more like 1.5. 70-pounder. Oh, fresh flak 88. Not flesh flak 88.
Ready to move.
World War I still on the flanks.
Contact! Enemy action!
Is there a stealth Kettengrad? There is a Kettengrad here. And it is stealthed. 70-pounder does get direct hit there on the Panther. Can't advance forward. Another good hit there as well. We know the permanent reticle there because of my mistake.
Taking fire!
Captain throwing some revolver shots against the Panther, showing who's boss.
Go ahead. Idiot squad ready for orders.
Nope. I hear, yep, that's just the Vorpalwen advancing a little bit, getting out of the arc, but just enough perhaps to get some more damage in into when he's ready to dive that 17-pounder.
Right.
To point out 25-pounder there is a good option just to nail the flak 88 because this is his biggest threat is right there, while the biggest threat over here is the 17-pounder. Luftwaffe squad advancing, trying to capture this point, or just the standard point. Capturing that standard point will, of course, allow him, his captain not to buff that sector, but actually, no, he's just going for the flanks. Never mind. Good hit there onto the Stuart.
We are losing contact with the strategic sector.
Hit the ground! 25-pounder good.
Both sides just trying to lob rounds at each other. Stuart's almost down. He may need to get out of the hull down safe because this next shot could take him out. 25-pounder is engaging. Getting some good splash. Stewart does receive another hit there. Panther's getting a bit wounded, but nothing too significant.
Jerry claimed one of our tanks.
And Stewart does go down. A direct hit there on the Flak 88.
Extended line. Move.
Now trying to hit that 17 pounder. Is there another 25 pounder being deployed? Nope. 17 pounder on the flank. He doesn't have to worry about artillery because he knows about the Panzer IVs, so he knows there's no Hotchkisses. And since he knows these defense Luftwaffe forces, he doesn't have to worry about Hummels. That should be enough command points to bring out AVRE. Though he does lacking manpower for the AVRE.
Losing a sector.
Good hits there. Panzer Grenadiers getting quite a bit of damage, receiving a lot of damage there from the Bren guns. Vet 3 Bren guns that could do quite a bit of damage. Piet's going to charge on forward. We'll find the hull down Panzer IV-C, and since it's also Vet 3, it can withstand quite a bit of beating. Fallschirmjägers have been deployed and out. Looks like he's going for some assault infantry. Those out incendiary grenade onto the garrison. And I think that rifle grenade just fired straight into the ground. Fresh Stewart has been deployed on out. Oop, he knows that's in range. Needs to back out of there because next shot could take him out. Vet 1 defense. With that little health, he should have gone Vet 1 attack because that defense is not going to last very long. The attack would have lasted much longer.
Contact, Jerry.
Ooh, canister round. Actually not getting a single model. Lots of damage though. 25 pounder raining on in. Does decrew the flak gun.
I'm gonna get right back in a second.
Just artillery stalemate overall. Captain, Vet 2 Captain, severely wounded. Does use Captain retreat there. Lots of Piets now raining on in and rifle grenades. Fallschirmjägers do fall back, losing only one of the models. Trying to charge on forward, sprinting forward now. And he does get a nice flank there with the Panzerschrecks. Not sure what he took out. I think he took out the Stewart, the second Stewart. No, the second Stewart's right here. So I'm not so sure why he retreated back so early. Could have got some more damage on these 17 pounders. Luftwaffe forces trying to re-secure this flak gun. Sending pounder as receiving some fire.
17 pounder engaged.
Does get knocked around a bit, and there's a number of butterfly bombs. Even if he does get those butterfly bombs spotted by the scope rifles, the Panzer IV-C splash damage could actually detonate them, doing extra damage. And that negative ground there, he needs to start hitting that big blob of guys. I think that's more butterfly bombs being called on down right there. Lots of fire onto that Flak 88. Will get decrewed. And Fallschirmjägers
shows we lost a lieutenant.
Fallschirmjägers did try to go for an assault there, but there's another Vickers emplacement along the flanks. One of the lieutenants do go down. Captain's in his own slit trench, the command slit trench. Oh, getting some good hits there on the verbal one. The verbal one needs to back up a hair. Because maybe the edge of the arrow is actually the edge of the firing range. Just needs to back up a bit of a hair.
We're all here.
There you go, line of sight blockers.
We're all here.
Lieutenant could go down to the Panther. Lieutenant will escape on out of there.
NCO's report a lieutenant is KIA.
Or maybe not. He ran straight through incendiary effect there. Very nice. Nice retreating incendiary mortar.
Taking fire.
Just a bit of a slow artillery war.
Stewart here.
In contact.
And with two 17-pounders, he won't be. He just simply cannot charge forward.
Repairs complete over here.
Here's something moving.
Stand by for orders.
Maybe I'm just holding down. Mortar half track pushes way forward. Maybe I am for another incendiary mortar. Maybe it's a regular mortar barrage.
Get right fucked in a second. Face your mate.
Receive.
Looks like just regular mortar barrage and hit that vigorous emplacement. But the Panzer IV-C does get button right there. Needs to start hitting this blob right there. Panther's trying to engage some fire as well, but that Vet 3 Panther is sustaining quite a bit of abuse there.
Jerry has only 200 points remaining.
And Piets are not very accurate. Does get multiple bounces there. And the main gun's now destroyed there. Looks like he will take out the Panzer IV-C. Destroyed engine, bounce right there, miss right there. And Panzer IV-C does go down. Took quite a bit of fire, though, to take out that Panzer IV-C. And a lot of misses there with the Piets as well. Carcass does go down. Doesn't really have to worry about Burgundy at the moment. A Whirlwind, I'm sort of surprised it hasn't been vetted up yet, but only at 5 kills. And it looks like this machine gun placement does get cleaned up. And this one only sees small amounts of damage. There is a Brit landmine on that edge of the flank. Stewart coming forward, trying to go for a canister round. Does retreat back nice and early. Fortune Diggers may see the canister round. Fires Panzerfaust, and there goes the canister round. That's a lot of damage. And that squad was pretty spread out as well, so they just got wiped. Good hit there on the Vickers emplacement. It looks like focus that Vickers emplacement. If he gets rid of that, the Panzerks can just advance forward and find some good firepower. Oh, is there 2 Flak 88s? C1. Oh, was that a mortar half track the other shot? Yep, looks like it was a mortar half track shot.
We've upgraded our kit, ready for action, sir.
Vickers replacement does go down, very nice. The Brit has a lot of munitions stored up. Churchill VVRE, I'd say, is a great way to sink your munitions into something. Good hits there by the Flak 88. The Vorpal one has not been repaired. Blob infantry section just advancing on forward. Vorpal without any repairs may go down right here. Panthers engaging Vet 2 Panther.
Germans are seizing territory from us.
Rotating the armor so he doesn't get any rear armor hits there. This one is at veteran C2 as well, since it's a Pinto mount. Lots of damage there onto that Panther. Pitching some Panzer truck shots in, but that's the greatest weapon there. Incendiary mortar comes in a pretty good spot as well. It does fall back to these squads. Panzer Grenadiers have not dropped any models there. And we have to look off ground forces getting hit by a canister round. I suppose there's another munition sink there. Canister rounds. No reason why not to just spam that out, because you have so many munitions. Could redeploy this field support truck to another munitions point. Up here in the far corner. Stealth Cannongrads coming forward, trying to spot. That's 25 pounder hasn't fired recently. Oh, I just realized when those Panzer trucks advanced forward and they retreated quite quickly, he actually took out the 25 pounder. That's what happened. How did I miss that?
German target has been destroyed.
Did that Cannongrad actually go down to the blowing up of the mine? That may have been the case.
Stay close to an old switch.
He's pushing on forward, maybe trying to decapture that point. No, we got the loiter coming on in. He's trying to hit these structures with the airstrike. Does camouflage right there. Does get spotted by the Stuart. Does get re-camouflaged there. Stuart on hot pursuit. Stuart does go fully down to the HS-129B3. Lots of damage onto these structures, trying to hit these guys here. Make it the casualty clearing station.
17-pounder ready.
Looks like he lost vision. No more cutting grad for spotting.
Gun already engaged.
Though he does get that one spotted there by this cutting grad, I'm assuming. 25-pounder does not go down just yet. Mortar flight bombs being deployed. He's forced to try and stream on forward. Flak 88 does have Vetch 1 accuracy. The verbal one's also engaging.
NCO's reporting
No
they have
accuracy,
destroyed a
just
German
one
target.
defense there.
They're taking major casualties out there.
He has recruited the Flak 88. The verbal one needs to start sitting that Flak 88. And maybe a good idea just to focus on the Flak 88. Ooh, verbal one seems massive amounts of fire. Main gun destroyed. And there goes the verbal one. Does take out, destroyed the Flak 88 there. But the Panzer Grenadiers take out the other 17-pounder. Does take out the casualty clearing station now. Here comes the airstrike. Misses the casualty clearing station since it's already been destroyed. And that loader should almost be done. Not to say a loader, but it's more of an Overwatch action. Heard some explosion over here. And Kaliningrad coming into stealth, trying to spot some more for the airstrikes. Here comes the next airstrike.
HQ command truck awaiting further orders.
Might as well spot for the rest of the airstrike. He paid the missions. Might as well get full usage out of it. Mortar half track does go down to the Stuart. Fresh verbal one has been deployed.
NCO's reporting they have destroyed a German target.
And getting some good fire there onto these sappers. Does get that squad fully pinned. Piet's now running on into this one over here. Vet 2 and Vet 3 Panther. Kaliningrad stealthing away. It looks like the loader has been completed. Let's see how much resources the Panzer Fleet has. Quite a bit of manpower reserve. Quite a bit of fuel reserve. Not a whole lot of munitions reserves. Could patch deploy out some 223s for increasing his munitions income. Lots of Piets pushing the way forward. Some of them even picked up by that intersection.
We have eliminated the enemy once more.
Getting some good damage across those squads. The British is slowly bleeding away manpower. The Panzer Fleet player could deploy some more stuff. I'm not even sure what he would deploy. The Panzer Force C I'm a little bit more impartial towards, but he doesn't have the time to invest munitions onto it. He wants munitions for other things.
Enemy unit eradicated.
Does take out that intersection there. But I'm not actually sure what he should be investing into at this moment. 4-man squads is probably a good investment.
Enemy found.
The 70-pounder is pushed a little bit farther forward than the previous one, since we got that reticle there permanently.
The pond has been secured.
He does use Kaliningrad to capture that point behind the cover. Panzers are now advancing. He will need to stop them. He doesn't have a whole lot of anti-infantry. There's a whole lot of Piets, which can do some good damage. But those Panzers do get some great hits there.
We must work together to defeat our enemies.
Zeal's been
Group
utilized.
Zeal will aid us all. Panzer,
No, they're
we must
upgrades at the
defend
moment.
the enemy's advances on our victory points.
70 pounder does get a good hit there. The radius is this one, the farther one. It looks like he's just barely in radius there. And an arc. Over here, we've got the Panzer now advancing, perhaps trying to hunt down this 70 pounder. We've got a Stewart here. We may see some canister rounds there. A stationary canister round. That would be up to him, though, to charge into a canister round. Self-Kaliningrad could go forward and call another airstrike in this region. Without that casualty clearing station, he won't get any free casualties or free squads anytime soon either, other than just healing. So you may want to get that out sooner rather than later. He still has a scope rifle squad, so doesn't have to worry about sweeping for mines at the moment. Looks like some of these more butterfly bombs have been deployed right there.
Build complete. Squad
Fresh flak 88.
Battery ready for action.
This time a bit more defensive, since the 70 pounders pushed forward. And here comes the Self-Kaliningrad trying to capture up this VP. Or maybe not, just trying to spot. Luftwaffe squad is actually going to capture the VP. This Kaliningrad does get spotted here. And Piets are going to rain on in, allowing the Flak 8 to get a good shot in return. Though, Flak 8 is trying to hit the Stewart. Good hits there onto that 25 pounder. Not 25 pounder, 17 pounder. It's a long, slow, methodical game.
The enemy is weakening even now.
Direct hit there. And he's actually deployed another 25 pounder once the siege down this Flak 88. But he's lost a lot of his infrastructure. Without those 70 pounders, nothing's stopping the Panthers from going in and engaging that 25 pounder. Panthers, veteran Panthers now advancing. Does use heroic charge. A lot of PSU come in, but he does dodge them with the does dodge them just by reversing away. Panthers are advancing. There goes the 17 pounder. Now he could call on the Lord to hit and siege these structures while he's engaging the infantry. And Self-Kaliningrad can maintain continuous spotting. Verbal now advancing. He does get a good hit there on the Verbal Wind. Multiple hits there. And Stewart make it the kill down the Verbal Wind, if not the Piets. Piets do get the kill down the Verbal Wind.
They've lost a unit.
Piets are seeing quite a bit of fire there. Without any casualty clearing stations, won't be able to get any free squads, nor healing. He desperately needs healing and squads. He still has some scope rifle squads, so he can't just deploy out some butterfly bombs right there either. But here comes a loiter. Not loiter, but Overwatch. He's not really... I mean, I didn't see any map hacks, and it doesn't seem like the planes have really been that influential in the game. It only took the casualty clearing station. That's really about it. Oh wait, did you just call him the Luftwaffe Ground Forces the map hacker when he has stealthed Kaliningrads? 70 pounder trying being deployed on the back line, but we do have these Panzer style pushing the way forward. Does take them out. I mean, he's seen the stealth Kaliningrads. Main gun destroyed down the Verbal Wind. Verbal Wind does go down, though he does have plenty of manpower reserves. He potentially could pull out some more Panthers. As much as I don't like Panther spam, they are just durable. And sometimes you just need durable.
Heavy Panzer ready.
Structures are now under siege. Looks he's out of scope rifles. Nope, the scope rifle squad's right there. Needs to stop hitting that split trench and start hitting these HQs. The Panzer League player doesn't actually have a whole lot of tickets remaining, but the
Ammunition stores are
Kurt's
under
trying to
attack.
stay around, but he's not in a great position. I honestly think it's game. With the Panzer League cracking through those forward structures, he's unable to push forward. He's just trying to capture up some random points, which is not necessarily half bad. But the British is lacking manpower. He's not lacking munitions, that's for sure. Not sure about fuel. Let's switch back to Brit. He has plenty of fuel. He doesn't need to capture these points. He needs to go straight to the VP. He has plenty of munitions, so he doesn't need to worry about capturing munition points either. He needs to preserve manpower and go to the VP. That's it. That's literally it, all he needs to do. Stuarts making multiple Stuarts making their advance. May see some canister rounds. Does receive some canister round hits, but does mostly avoid the squad wipes. And we do got the Stuart now going out of control. And we got the Panthers pushing forward, but seeing quite a bit of abuse.
Jerry's hitting one of our forward sectors.
Panthers receiving quite a bit of fire. Does receive some bounces there, but this low health Panther will just need to fall back. No point in trying to risk it. Vorboin, fresh Vorboin on the flank. Against all those Panzerschrecks, why nobody did not deploy out any AVREs? I know I was obsessed with a bit of the AVREs a bit more, but I generally do believe the AVREs would have been great in this matchup. Though I guess against the Flak 88s, they're not probably not very good against Flak 88s. But he potentially could have rushed forward, got a shot off, and returned back and get some repairs. Going for a casualty killing station. Captain still just firing away with his revolver. Yeah, if you make map hack accusations, that tells you how good Kuttengrad is if people think you're map hacking. Stealth Kuttengrads, I do love them.
Yes, sir. Be a team ready.
He's trying to repair and rebuild. Get another 17 pounder just for defense. It's very defensive.
What the hell? They've zeroed in on us.
But the Panzer League player could just reform his ranks, stockpile some resources, because the opponent is not saving up any manpower anytime soon. While he is actually saving up quite a bit of manpower, quite a bit of fuel points, just both sides. Ooh, that's a squad wipe.
Give it to him. Tank busters here.
His squad is fully pinned. We got the Panzerschrecks now running on forward, trying to get the kills there on this guy's HQ truck. Those are some incendiary grenades there while at it as well. Very nice. Damage engine. That HQ command truck will likely go down.
Proven its superiority once again.
He's not really spamming up those planes. Those planes hardly did anything this game. They took out like one Stuart and a casualty clearing station.
Camp Corvalir is losing a munitions depot to the enemy.
AT-gun receiving quite a bit of fire there. And the AT-gun will likely go down. Nope, it does not. The cancer round's forced back. Does get a squad wipe there. And good hits there on the Panthers. He's dropped no Panzerschrecks because they only have one Panzerschreck. You have to get a full squad wipe. And he lost like 2 squads of Panzerschrecks this entire game. That's about it. He's just finding reasons to complain when he really shouldn't be. He's not going for tank hunter, so he only has 1 Panzerschreck per squad, so it's a very low chance of dropping Panzerschrecks. Well, he's gone for sappers, which go for 2 Piets, and of course they're going to drop Piets all the time. Because there's 2 of them. More chances. You don't have to get squad wipes and make them start dropping. It's just really basic mechanics. Plus, Piets are not that great, sure. It's this lift-off squad here, getting some damage there, but it's so inaccurate. I really don't like Piets. Those rolls and misses there. Yep. And this sled trench will likely go down to these Panthers. It does receive a lot of bounces there. Triple defense Panthers. They can withstand a huge beating. Receives another bounce there. But sled trenches, of course, very hard to kill. Incendiary grenade thrown over the house. Very nice. Incendiary pounder looks like engaging at long range. Does back out the arc, so now they're outside the arc. Incendiary grenade is burning these squads quite well. Nice little funeral pyro for them. Pantrax could push on forward, hit this truck. The scope rifle squad could use some. He has a lot of munitions deployed. Designated marksman, pick off from free models for pretty much for free since he has huge munition stockpile. Cancer rounds do get deployed. I think that was a squad wipe. It looks like it just dropped 2 models there. Fortune makes it advancing. Now being upgraded with FG-42s. May get a single grenade off one of these squads. Perhaps on this hit is repairing Sapper. Does fall back right there. Panthers receiving fire from the 17-pounder. Howdy. Sorry, I don't mean to rag on you a little bit too much. It just seems like something else. Yep. Sometimes when you get a bit angry, you tend to say things without actually thinking it through. But overall, I don't see any map hacks with the stuff Ken grads. I'm not sure who actually said the map hack. Never mind. 70-pounder is getting burnt up a bit. We do got the fresh squad of tank busters deployed on out.
You guys fall in with the squad. We're waiting our orders.
He was calling you a map hacker. Ah, yeah.
We must injure
Nothing
the
seemed like
enemy
map
and
hacking on
reduce
your
its
side
300
either.
points.
I mean, stationary flak 88s, once you know what they are, you're going to bombard them with the 25-pounder.
Commandant, a pleasure.
Fresh Churchill Crocodile. Out of curiosity, why not go for a Churchill AVRE? I know people don't go for
Germany
Churchill
is
AVREs all
conceding
too
a
much,
sector
but
point
you
to the
did have plenty of
Commonwealth.
munitions
We
for
must
the mortars, the AVRE. It seems like AVREs would have been pretty good. Captain's falling on back. Vet 3 captain. $70-pounder does fire shot against these infantry units. And we got the Churchill Crocodile receiving quite a bit of fire there. Looks like from the Flak 88. He has a bit of fresh Flak 88 here. Is it really that bugged? I know it looked like it seemed like it deployed instantly. Is it because inside the tree? It's hard. It doesn't seem like it's bugged. Let's see. What I'm looking at, like, is what type of bug is it? Because I know it looked like it deployed instantly. No, if you believe there was nothing you could do by now, never mind. You could have backed out of the game if you believe you've lost. But we got the crocodile deployed on out.
Under attack.
Oh, you can't build anything. That's what's happening. It's hard for me to see what's going on. It looks like it's built, but that tree just looks like it's sort of in the way. Yep, he's the one that's doing the map hacker thing, even though you're not. But yeah, I didn't realize it got bugged out right there. It's sort of hard to see right there. And yep. Also, something I realized as well. Are you actually
being overrun?
Huh. For some reason it's trying to show the chat stop twice on the restream as well. Not sure why. Oh, need another engineer truck. That's what happened. That's okay. That's what's going on. I didn't realize it was being bugged out. It didn't look like it was. It looked like it was just set up properly, but that may explain some issues. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. Well, sometimes bugs do ruin sometimes. Ruin the game sometimes. Because it looked like everything was still in sector as well, so it was gathering resources, but not fully deployed. It looked like it was instantly deployed when I looked at it, so that must have... It looked strange when I saw it, but... Huh. Interesting. Well, that's pretty much the end of the replay. I'm just going to fast forward the rest of it.
The sector is being overrun. Supply lines are broken. Have a territory
Yep, and...
supply.
Yeah, that's a lot of trash talking there, but that's the end of that replay.